So good morning, everybody. My name's Brother Mark. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here at CSL Redlands, and it's an honor and joy to be here with you always, and especially good for us to be still together in the sacred silence. So I invite you to become comfortable and become mindful of your posture and breathing. Let's take in some sacred, slow, divine, holy breaths. And on the exhale, let's exhale out for 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 times as long as your inhale in. Again, we inhale sacred, divine, and holy breath. And this time on our release, we release anything and everything that it took to be here in this present moment. Again, we breathe in the divine, sacred, and holy breath. And on our exhale, we release and surrender anything that may be on our to-do list for later this day. Just know it'll be there later. We acknowledge it and put it on a pause. Now just we return to our normal breathing pattern with the revelation that our breathing pattern has always been and will always be divine, sacred, and holy. So I invite you to sink into the center of the I am that I am with your breath. Just taking it a little deeper now. Accessing the divine and sacred holy space within. That has never been nor could ever be hurt or harmed or endangered in any way. If you're willing to surrender to and connect to this place within in a bigger and bolder way than ever before. Perhaps you will install a portal or two more, or open the portals that are there wider to serve you in a greater, more efficient and proficient way. These are the portals from which your sacred supply for all needs to be met, all of your needs to be met on time, every time, are sourced from these portals. And by your willingness to receive your good. Waiting your permission and instruction. If you're willing, increase these portals for your good to reach you now. This place within you is divine. Remind yourself, this place within me is divine. This place within you is sacred. Remind yourself, say to yourself, the place within me is sacred. This place within you is eternal. Remind yourself and assure yourself, this place within me is eternal. This place within you is infinite. Remind yourself, this place within me is infinite. This place within you is eternal and infinite. Remind yourself, This place within me is eternal and infinite. Are you willing to open these portals even bigger, bolder, and wider to receive even more of your highest and best good now? If you are, chant to yourself, I am. I am. I am. This place within you always divinely sources and guides. Remind yourself, I'm divinely sourced and guided. I am divinely sourced and guided. inviting you to look in the mirror of your mind's eye and see your beauty. See what the divine sees in you. Affirm, I am divinely beautiful. I am beautifully divine. I am divinely beautiful. I am beautifully divine. And so now with your breathing, just allow for your heart space to fill with gratitude. And gratitude with each inhalation. And gratitude for each exhalation. And gratitude for all that you are. And gratitude for all that I am. And when you're ready, just bring yourself more fully back to the physical body. You want to make sure you're completely connected back to the physical with your next breath. You may want to tap gently the soles of your feet to the ground, being certain you can feel the ground. You may want to gently just tap the fingertips together. And with your next breath and in your own time, just gently allow the outer eyelids to open. Becoming aware of the space that you're in, the sanctuary space, wherever you're watching from. Returning fully and completely. We leave this atmosphere of gratitude and healing in the sanctuary space so that all who enter the doors may receive a blessing, a transformation, and a revelation and insight. This concludes the meditation portion of today's service, for which to each of you I am grateful. Namaste. Welcome.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in a sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together. Yeah, we come together. Oh, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every creed and color, friendship we unite in honor of the God in each other. Now look at the person next to you. Namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in a sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, yeah, we come together. Oh, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, yeah, come together. Oh, we come together. In the name of love. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, 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 hey. Fasten your seatbelts. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. And you're in the right place at the right time, just where you're supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome. My soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I said, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome. And my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here.
golly, you are welcome here. Just know that for sure. Well, this is another incredibly beautiful day here. Don't you just love it when the sky is like that and there's those kind of clouds up there and a little bit of rain that have refreshed the air? It's just so beautiful. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands. Thank you to everyone joining us on Facebook Live, YouTube, and here in our beautiful sanctuary. My name is Eileen, and it is truly a privilege and an honor to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. I'm really excited to do this when I get this chance to do it. CSL Redlands is a new thought community living an ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. The science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes studied ancient truths from all the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths and developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. CSL Redlands is an open and inclusive community honoring all people from every background, all races, sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcome here. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence, and our vision is a world that works for everyone and all of creation. If you are with us for the first time, would you raise your hand, please? We have one person with us today for the first time. Thank you for joining us. We know you have a choice for your spiritual community, and again, we are delighted to have you visit with us today. A gentle reminder to silence your cell phones and place them safely away. Don't be tossing them around, just safely away, so you may participate more fully. And again, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. And enjoy the service now.
Thank you, Eileen. So this is one of my favorite songs that was sung by the ambassador of jazz. Anybody remember the ambassador of jazz? Also, right, also known as Satchmo. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world, yeah. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright, blessed day and a dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, yes, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of the people walking by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, yes, what a wonderful world. I said I think to myself, wonderful world. Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gilman Carver, our music director.
We'll get a mic on over here.
So now I invite us to just turn within because we naturally go from that to this. So I just invite you to become mindful of your breathing. We'll take in the divine and sacred and holy breath. We breathe it in, it'll feel so good. And we exhale it out for about 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 times as long as the inhale in. And once again, we take in that divine, sacred, and holy breath. And we release and exhale out anything and everything that it took to be here in this present moment. We release anything and everything that's on a to-do list for later today, so we can stay together in this very present moment. And so I invite you to return to your normal breathing pattern with gratefulness in your heart that each breath is divine, sacred, and holy. Doesn't that feel good to remember that? Each breath is divine, each breath is sacred, each breath is holy. So I invite you just to see with me that God, Spirit, the universe, intelligence, the Mother, the Father is everywhere. Everywhere present, right where I am and right where you are. And it's from this place of unification and oneness that's the platform from which I speak the word for this prayer, knowing that this service continues to unfold with ease and with grace, with joy, with a sense of wonder, with a sense of play, with a sense of fun, with a sense of celebration in the midst of all the chaos and heartache and heartbreak in the world. And so together we bless each other. We start always by the work within ourselves. So I'm inviting you now to just have gratitude and praise and blessing toward yourself. Just remind yourself, I am worthy, I am whole, I am complete, I am perfect. I am worthy, I am whole, I am complete, I am perfect. I am worthy, whole, complete, and perfect. Now I invite you to just bless anybody that you're holding in your hearts on your personal prayer list. We are holding everybody on our prayer roster now. And if you'd like, you can speak their name out loud in the sanctuary space. Mary Cash. Inviting each of us to see each of these sacred souls whole, complete, divinely whole, complete, and perfect now. Nothing missing, lacking, needing, nor wanting. That is the truth. That is the spiritual truth. Within the spiritual DNA of each of us, there's nothing missing, lacking, needing, nor wanting. There's nothing that can be added unto us. And it is our call now to allow for ourselves to be bigger and bolder portals to receive our highest and best good. Are you willing today to receive even more of your highest and best good? If so, just say yes. I am. I am. I am. And I am is a holy call, for it gives Spirit permission, your permission, to have its full sway even more in, through, and as your life is every blessing you could ever hold. So I'm calling forth for abundance and cash and wealth and money and divine health. Doesn't that sound good and feel good? Joy, gratitude, celebration. Give me some more words. Divine right work and divine right romance and relationships. Divine right family dynamics. Synchronicity, divine synchronicity. Expectation of our unexpected good to make itself known and shown. Acceptance. Unconditional love. Yes. Peace. The peace that passes human understanding. Solution. In the divine, there are infinite solution sets. So I'm calling forth for the divine to make order out of what we may call chaos. Love never stops loving. And so just join me on a little peace journey now. We start with peace within ourselves. Let's breathe it in. Let's take it out through the roof of the sanctuary space. From ourselves, see that peace within the family units that we all maintain, if we're lucky enough to maintain a family unit. See it within all sentient beings. See the peace now go through Redlands and the city, and it's about to head on all the freeways. Let's take it from the desert to the seas. That was Jerry Dunphy, newscaster's call. From the desert to the sea to all of Southern California. Let's take it now past the borders of the states, north, south, east, and west in America. And we're going to take it now overseas to all places in struggle and strife. There's many. Spirit knows exactly where to go, so if I miss a spot, guaranteed Spirit's going there with our peace energy. Sudan, Armenia, Israel, Palestine, Gaza Strip, Middle East, Ukraine, see an invisible peace shield where only peace may permeate, where the highest idea of peace transmutes and transforms all the lower vibrations and frequencies into peace itself. And let what you have given last forever and eternal. Join me in seeing ways for humanitarian aid to reach all those in need. Know how fortunate we are to live in a place that is today at peace. For while I'm speaking here, people are buried in rubble. And procedures are being done in a hospital without basic anesthesia. So now just inviting you to return to your heart space and allow it to fill with gratitude. Gratitude for our very life, gratitude for this time to be together in sacred service and sacred community. Just feel how good it feels to have your heart space surrounded by gratitude and praise and thanksgiving. And I feel you with me and invite us to know that this prayer, as it's been spoken, is done to the law of life that always says, yes, yes, yes. You are my beloved in who I am well pleased. And invite you to say together with me, and so it is. Okay, good morning, everybody. Man, we were going there. Did you feel it? Yeah, I could have done that just the whole entire time. You are powerful. I could feel you. I hope one day you get to feel what I can feel sometimes from you. I was like, whoa, I thought I was going to go up to the top. I thought I might go up there. I felt you, and I feel your power, and I appreciate your power. And now it's time for Iris Chu, who's going to deliver a reading for us today. And I'm really grateful to you, Iris, for doing that. Thank you.
These are words by Talia Hunter, T-A-H-L-E-R, Hunter. I am no longer afraid of chaos, for I now understand that within me lies a lasting reservoir of peace. I'm no longer afraid of sadness, for I now understand that within me lies an overflowing well of joy. I am no longer afraid of failure, for I now understand that within me lies abundant opportunities for success, learning, and growth. I am no longer afraid of the darkness that once pervaded me, clouding my vision, for I now understand that within me lies a powerful source of light, capable of illuminating the way forward, and I am no longer afraid of rejection, for I now understand that within me lies an eternal source of love for both myself and all who cross my path.
No, go the whole thing. Is there more? Go more. Go more.
One more.
The whole time.
Again, words by Talia Hunter. Said the healed one to the hurting one, I will cradle your tears, for I too have known sorrow. I will listen to your heart, for I too have felt loneliness. I will warm you with love, for I too have known coldness. I will lift your spirit high, for I too have faced darkness. I will hold your hand tight, for I too have been adrift. I will stand with you boldly, for I too have faced challenges. I will share your passions, for I too have felt yearning. I will comfort you and hold you close, for I too have known loss. I will calm your restless mind, for I too have felt confusion. I will lend you my strength, for I too have felt weakness. I will offer you solace, for I too have felt despair. And I will help you rebuild your life, for I too have felt broken. Yet, as I have healed, so too shall you rise from these experiences and rediscover that it means to feel whole, for the storms of life do not define you, but are simply seasons that you pass through, and nothing is capable of breaking the unbreakable spirit within you.
Can you leave it here for just a second? And I'll give it back to you after you. Okay, so the ushers are now coming forth, right? That was service, right? Right there. Thank you, Iris. I don't know how I can top that. And everybody knows I love that writer, right? Talia Hunter. It's just magnificent. There was a line in here. I'm sure we should put into an affirmation. Did you guys all feel the affirmations in this? Within me lies an eternal source of love. Does that sound good? If it does, then let's say it together as an affirmation. Within me lies an eternal source of love. Doesn't that feel good? Welcome, Rosemary. We almost didn't start without you. Okay, so if anybody would like to ever help us with the welcome or announcements or the reading, just let me or Eileen know after service and we'll put you on the roster. So my name's Brother Mark. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here, and it always is a joy and honor to be with you, always, and I mean that. The topic today is gratitude. The quote that was the inspiration was from Meister Eckhart. If the only prayer you ever say is thank you, it will be enough. How do you feel about that? Yeah, so, and we're coming up on Thanksgiving, right? So we might as well talk about gratitude. And the good news here, in our center, we always talk about gratitude. And at the same time, it's very good that we talk about it again. So within the order of service, and by next week it'll be in the bulletin, we're going to try something different with our talks because it's your service. What we're going to do is I'm going to do a talk, and then before my conclusion or my final whatever I'm going to close with, we're going to do, it's called the 5-minute power share. And we'll have at least 1 minute for each person to give up to 1 minute with the microphone of either an affirmation you created during service, something positive or uplifting about the topic. And you can either come up and be on camera, I'll bring the thing on the lower end for camera, or you can just do it from your place so that people watching remotely can hear you. And I do appreciate everybody's participation because it's kind of boring to just go listen somewhere, and I want you to be with me. So I'll complete the talk, and then if I ask, though, like in the prayer for words, it was so powerful, wasn't it? To hear what people are feeling in that moment with that sharing. So we are that church. We are that church that operates the way that everybody wants to operate here. And that is sometimes however we feel in that moment. And so I have a few other quotes, and we're talking again about gratitude. This is from Esther Hicks. Appreciation is the purest vibration that exists on the planet today. Appreciation. Yes. This is from the Paramahansa Yogananda. A harmonized mind produces harmony in this world of seeming discord. Imagine if we had that in all world leaders. We could call that forth in our prayer work, right? In our meditation. For all world leaders to have a harmonized mind that can produce harmony in a world of seeming discord. And there's a lady named Annette Bridges, who's a cattle rancher and a magazine columnist, that said this: gratitude helps us to see what isn't there instead of what isn't. Gratitude helps us to see what is there instead of what isn't. Isn't that beautiful? And that it also could be faith. Faith helps us to see what is there instead of what isn't, but I'm going to change it. Faith helps us to see what isn't there, but is always there. It's that idea, right? It's that. So when we're talking about gratitude, when we're talking about faith, and today we're focusing more on gratitude, I really had a revelation to share with you. And I think Anne might agree. And if you don't, I want you to go up and down with your head or side to side. So, and David might, and other students who study the teachings will know this. So when you're studying religious science, you might hear this idea of isness, right? And it's always confusing. What is isness? And so I think of all the colors in a rainbow, right? You can look at the rainbow flag in the back. You can see all the waves in the ocean. They're all different sizes and shapes, right? They're all different formations, but they're all part of the ocean, right? When the waves come out, some of them make a little bit of foam. Some don't make anything. Some lose their way in other waves. Some come on like a tsunami, right? That you can surf the whole entire way of a city. So this idea of isness means all the spiritual good, okay, every quality of spirit is always happening. It's always happening. And it's our opportunity to plug into that in its fullness, in its isness of gratitude. Does that make sense? So to boil it down, I hope it does. If it doesn't, see me after, because I want to really talk this through with us. Sometimes I've stood up here with power cords, right, or cables. You've seen that. And we've even talked this morning in the meditation about it being a portal. You're a portal. You're a spiritual portal. So it's up to you whether you want to use your portal, because you can remain on lockout and shut down. Let me repeat that for anybody within the sound of my voice. Control-Alt-Delete. I don't want my portal. It's like if you were going to take like the old-fashioned cameras that they actually had a cover on the lens, right? You've covered your spiritual lens. So what's your photo going to be of? It's going to be of the cover of the photo or nothing. You have that option because we were delivered here with free will. So it's optional to have spiritually amazing things continue to flow in, through, and as me. It's optional for you to have amazing spiritual journey in life by your willingness to concede to it and by allowing it. Is that right? So I'm in gratitude for being able to just share that, because if that's the only message that you take out of here today, it is sufficient. So it's by your willingness to surrender to it. And I'm going to say to you, the work is work. The spiritual journey is work. You could also just have an epiphany. You don't have to suffer. The suffering is optional, but the work is your own personal work at your own personal time, because we can't experience it unless we go through it. And sometimes the best songs, the best poems, I mean, if we got to speak to Talia Hunter, and if she can hear it, come, because I always love that. Like something happened through that person. Something happened to cause Anne to write a book, right? Something happened for David to be able to keep his journals that he keeps. Something happened to me to lead me to the teaching of this whole teaching in 1996. It happened to be a heartbreak. That's a common one. That's an easy one, right? Where you think you can never live without the other person or whatever, and you're ready to just check out, and somebody says, hey, you should really go check out this place. They will pick you up, and you will never be the same. And truer words have not been ever spoken. And it's still a journey where we live. And our teaching symbol below has the open top with the tilde. That means it's open at the top. It was never meant to be the final word of all the great spiritual teachings. It was meant to include all of them, non-denominational, welcoming to all. And knowing that things are happening now. There's self-driving cars, right? There's quantum physics that are going to come on and on and on and on. You're all with me, right? So to get a little back to gratitude, I actually look at some of the posts that Holly posts for us on our Facebook page. And Holly, did you remember posting 10 often overlooked traits of genuinely happy people? Okay, well, did you read it or just post it? No, I'm kidding. I'm going to tell you what some of them say. It said, happiness is elusive. And let me see who wrote it. It's Lachlan Brown, Lachlan Brown. And it was from October 16, 2023 at 1:48 p.m. Happiness is elusive, but we all want it. It seems to slip through our fingers no matter how hard we chase it. But what if we're looking for happiness in all the wrong places? What if the key to true happiness is not in grandiose, Instagram-worthy moments, but in the small, everyday signs that we're actually, genuinely happy? In this article, they're going to cut through the noise and get to real happiness. We're going to explore 10 overlooked signs of genuine happiness that you can use to gauge your own level of happiness and maybe, just maybe, find a way to hold on to it. And guess what the first one is? Hello. Did you really read it? All right, gratitude. Some people are so entitled that they forget to say even a single thank you for simple favors. Shall I repeat that? Some people are so entitled that they forget to say even a single thank you for simple favors. But one thing I noticed about truly happy people is that they say thank you more often, even for the tiniest act of goodness, such as opening the door for them. There's this girl from work that I offered a ride home one late evening. The next day she came with a cup of coffee and a thank you note for bringing her a lift home. People who are truly happy know how to feel and express their gratitude. They have this pure appreciation for all things. The way that these people focus on what they have instead of what they lack is where their authentic happiness is mostly rooted from. There's a white paper by the Greater Good Science Center at UC Berkeley that says that people who consciously count what they're grateful for may have better physical and mental health. Research suggests that gratitude may be associated with many benefits for individuals, including better physical and psychological health, increased happiness and life satisfaction, decreased materialism, and more. Sure, you might hate your job, but at least you have a job. Taking a different outlook on your situation will help you see that you already have so much to be happy about. Isn't that beautiful? And guess what the second one is? Appreciation of the present moment. To be appreciative of the present moment. And since now I have all 10, we're just going to do 2. And then you have to come back for the next 5 weeks to get everything else. Doesn't that feel right? Yes. And then I was going to tell you this because it came right from my heart. In the spiritual work, you're going to have moments where you're like, I'm not sure I can do more. And what I'm going to ask you to do is just move on from whatever that topic might be, because at that moment you don't have to torture yourself to do this, right? You're just sensitive to that one thing. So let's say I remember a student that was not ready one time in a 10-week or 12-week class I was teaching on, and it was forgiveness. And they were like this, no, no, no. You know, I'm not going to forgive. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the homework. I'm not doing the assignment. No. And you know what? Okay, because maybe at that moment, but it's all, and also it's helping you to learn, like, where is this? Like, so for yourself, you could be gentle with yourself and say, within yourself and your own prayer work and your own meditation, your own journaling, like, where is this coming from? And you know what? It's going to be deep. It's going to be ancient. It's not going to be something minor. And I was learning from watching, is her name Lucy Liu? Even on Channel 2, when you wake up, they're talking about the power of breath work. Did you see that? Google search Lucy Liu breath work. I was like, dude, they went there and they were talking about the return of psychedelics as healing modalities. And then she didn't want to do any of those, but she did do the one on breathing and breath work. And it was 45 minutes where you get into the same idea of psychedelics, but totally naturally within yourself. And she had moments of revelation and insight and healing that are ancient traumas that are healing. And it was used by some who served for PTSD. So anyway, Google search all this. There's nothing wrong, there's nothing right, but there is what's best for you in that moment. So I'm encouraging everybody to just find what works for you and not, just notice, I'm not doing that this time. And then you give yourself permission not to do that. Ocean something, yes, and Sedona. I don't remember the whole name, but yeah, Ocean, Sedona, breathing, and it'll come up. Ocean, Sedona, breathing, yes, it'll come up. And yeah, perfect. So, are we on the right track? And now we're heading into Thanksgiving. So I'm going to give you a lexicon word eventually, right? I picked another one for today. You want to know what it is in advance? Because I remember it right now. Vexed. Does everybody know that? I'm so vexed. So we can just excuse ourselves from the holiday table and say, just a moment, I'm really vexed right now. I'll be back. I'll be back for the dessert, but right now I'm vexed. And then you might take a walk around, right, wherever, catch your moment. So aren't these tools amazing? And if you've never seen old Bewitched episodes, you got to check out Andorra. That one could leave and enter a room with the best physicality, right? And I could just see her going like this for vex. So we might just do that sometime if we're having a conversation and we get vexed. We'll just go, not right now, no more in the conversation, I'm vexed, right? So when you're at home and you're getting heated with your loved one, you're going to just go like this, and that means they know it's either the peace sign or you're vexed, because the next thing you say is going to make it way worse, right? And I'll get to the real definitions when I get to the notes. All right. So this is from Thomas Kelly, Testament of Devotion. Deep within us all, there is a divine center. Eternity is at our hearts, and yielding to the light within is the beginning of true life. It is a dynamic center, a creative life that presses to birth within us. Isn't that beautiful? And that's what happens when we stay in meditation. And I'm not asking you to start with a 20-minute or 30-minute or longer meditation. I'm asking you to start with a minute. Then go to 2 minutes, then go to 5 minutes, then try 10 minutes. Work your way. Be gentle on yourself always. This is from Rumi. Every object and being in the universe is a jar, overfilled with wisdom and beauty. Every jarful spills and makes the earth more shining. That dude was in love. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam in Hindu teaching. Air, fire, water, earth, planets, creatures, trees and plants, rivers and seas. They are all organs of God's body. Oh, this is a good part for today. And it talks about being vexed. Ready? I am not much given to profanity, but when I'm aggravated and vexed in spirit, I declare to you that it comes as such a relief to me, such a solace to my troubled soul, and brings me such heavenly peace. To everyone now and then allow a word of phrase to escape my lips, which can serve me no other earthly purpose seemingly other than to render emphatic my otherwise mildly expressed ideas. This is from Robert Ingersoll, a 19th century American lawyer. I think it's talking about cussing. So guess what vexed means when I asked Alexa? Irritated, annoyed. Vex, hex. Yeah, exactly. So here's from Jacqueline Patrick's, an author. Why use profanity in real life and writing? Because sometimes, darn it, just doesn't cut it. On the pickleball court, when I miss a shot, I yell, dang it! You can hear it through the whole community. And then I sometimes do other stuff that I have to try to lower the volume on. So here's another one from Juanita Jackson, an American author. Sometimes you just have to tell your fear to kiss your A, but it spells it out. It rhymes with gas. And now I think I should go to scripture. From Song of Solomon 5:14 to 16. His arms are rods of gold set with topaz. His body is like polished ivory. His legs are pillars of marble set on bases of pure gold. His mouth is sweetness itself. He is altogether lovely. This is my beloved. This is my friend. Isn't that beautiful? When I read that and the subject gratitude, I thought, what if we saw our true friends like this? What if we saw our lovers like this? What if we saw our partners, husbands, wives, spouses, whatever we call it? Right? Let me read that one again. This is from Song of Solomon 5:14 to 16. I'm just going to make it a different pronoun. Their arms are rods of gold set with topaz. Their body is like polished ivory. Their legs are pillars of marble set on bases of pure gold. Their mouth is sweetness itself. They are altogether lovely. This is my beloved. This is my friend. So I've got to read one thing from Thich Nhat Hanh. There are moments when you feel very grateful for the other person in our life. We deeply appreciate their presence. To truly profit from this time, withdraw to a place where you can be alone with yourself. Immerse yourself in that feeling of gratitude. Then write down your feeling, your gratitude, your happiness. This moment of gratitude is a moment of enlightenment, of mindfulness, of intelligence. It is a manifestation from the depths of your consciousness. Isn't that beautiful? So I have to believe that when you're taking a journal and you're creating your journal, David, it's from this idea. So, and you can correct me always. I'm just saying that's how we access the isness. Does that make sense? So I'm not saying go do all the things at once. I'm saying try one thing. Let's try the one thing that's happening within us, right? And let's access that one thing. And then what Holmes would say is that you then walk around like you do your prayer work, and then once you release your prayer, all you have to do is walk around with expectancy that it's already done, it's accomplished, it's true, and it's so. And so it is. Does that make sense? And then if you find yourself doubting yourself, you could just say, self, it's done, right? You don't plant a seed and then dig it up and say, you're not growing fast enough, right? Everybody catches what I'm saying. So you're going to have a lot of time between now and the end of the year to figure all this out and practice it. And if you're not sure of something, call. I'm going to take your call. I'm going to take an email. I'll take a text. And anybody else that wants to volunteer as a practitioner or somebody who's taken the classes, we have several in the room. I'm going to make time to take your call. I would love to. It would be my honor to. I'm going to make time because there's a lot of things that happen at the end of every year. And you're going to have a little more time than usual to have them come up. I'm going to ask you this time, instead of putting them back away, let them come up. And just trust that Spirit won't let you walk through something that you're not ready to handle. I believe that. It may take you to the edge. If I be like, forgiveness, no. Forgiveness, no. You go, forgiveness, no. And then forgiveness. Okay. So it might take you like 4 times. I think it can take you to the edge. But it's yours to jump in. Because when you jump in the pool, it's going to be a pool of glory, where you just find freedom. If you really read the Science of Mind text, it's all about freedom. And it's about your freedom. It's about spiritual freedom. And it's also about finding on that which you can always rely. And that always is yourself. I think of it as a small s, but it's really the capital S within you that is on which you can always rely. And now, so we don't run out of time, it's our time for our 5 minutes of power sharing, which means 1 minute per person, if they're willing. And it's something about gratitude, life affirming. If it could be an affirmation, it could be nothing. And the microphone will be on, and I'll take it out.
So I saw a quote by Michael J. Fox, and I can only paraphrase it, but it was, with gratitude, optimism is sustainable.
That's beautiful. Say it one more time.
It's this paraphrase, but he
Yeah.
said, with gratitude, optimism is sustainable.
Beautiful. Thank you, Holly.
Yay.
Did
Yeah.
anybody else want to power in? Ann Spears. Ann wants to. I'll use first names if I can. And then Rosemary after Ann. And then David after that. I have to say that I'm in a lot of gratitude for your willingness to participate in your own service. Me? Gary? Okay, we'll come back to you, Gary. Wait, no, Ann first. It's Ann, Rosemary, then Gary. And Rick, were you going to say something too? No, I just can't. Okay, let's go.
Can everyone hear me? Okay.
Yes.
So I have 2 things really quickly. You were talking about being a portal, and I have a great kind of a example of that I took from Esther Hicks as well. And it's like you are a toaster, but are you plugged in?
A toaster?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
a
awesome.
toaster.
So is your appliance plugged in?
Right,
Exactly.
are you plugged into the energy? And then for gratitude, in the morning, when you get out of bed, when your right foot touches the ground, say thank, and when your left foot touches, say you.
Oh, I love that. Did everybody hear that? Thank you. Say that last part slower, just a little slower.
Okay, slower. In the morning, when you wake up, a good way to get into gratitude is when your right foot touches the ground, say thank, and when your left foot touches the ground, say you. So thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Ann. That was beautiful. Also, about the appliances, everybody knows you can reset, right? Control, Alt, Delete, restart, right? You got to replug yourself in. Yeah, there we go.
I like to start my day being grateful for being safe, protected, and have a place in this world.
Beautiful. Thank you, Rosemary. We're going to go to Gary, then 7. That's beautiful, Rosemary. Very powerful. Wherever you are, have gratitude there. It's right. Wherever we are right now, have gratitude there.
Definitely. Some people know my story. I almost died 6 times over the last 3 years. Was in a COVID coma and stuff like that. But I was wondering if there's anybody that's had any paranormal experiences in the room, if they could talk to me after the service. Anything like seeing anything non-human, anything that's unexplained or anything like that, I like to talk to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. So I can guarantee you there's at least 2 other people in the room. After you, 7, we have David up front.
I think it's, I believe the, let me get my words words together here. I believe the most valuable thing we have been given is our life itself, for all other things evolve from that.
Thank you, Seven.
You said 1 minute, so I'll try to be a fairly quick reader. You just referenced isness, and I was just super excited to comment on a better understanding of what that exactly means, and how I've come to realize it in whole, and come to realize like every moment is like a save file of your existence. And at any point, you as the person who's in charge of the save files can choose a new avatar. You could just change the avatar.
Can you speak to them? And
Oh.
then, yeah, I know you're speaking to me. And if you have a reading, we can do it next week too if we run out of
Okay,
time.
sounds good.
Yeah, just speak to everybody here because we can't see you.
No
Thank you.
problem. Try to think of yourself as possibly being like within like a video game perspective, but you are part of the whole. You'll notice a child when he plays video games and their character gets hurt or ran into. The child himself reacts as though the action was done to them. So there's a time lapse between where the child is identifying, and who we are isn't who we're interacting with. We're identifying with our interactions, but we are we as a singular. And so it's isness. It's like realizing that we're at the start of it all, we were all carbon copies of exactly what we all were. And then we've grown into who we are. And we've identified with that. We don't have to. You can be anything.
Thank you, David. Bring the reading next week and we'll... All right, and then I'm going to go back and conclude momentarily. So this is from Myrtle Fillmore, How to Let God Help You. It's page 146. And it's a rare quote. I think it's the first time I've ever quoted Myrtle Fillmore, who's one of the architects of all of religious science. Thanksgiving for good may be likened to the rain that falls upon the ready soil, refreshing vegetation and increasing the productiveness of the soil. And I just want to say, a lot of times when we come into centers like this or that church, the idea is that we set an intention, right? We set an energy because we're all energetic beings. So from meditation, even if you missed it, when you walk in the doors, when Gary and Tamara come in, I know it's going to be a better Sunday than usual because you're here. And at the same time, hopefully you feel the energy that's been laid for you by all those who were here before. So that when you walk in, you don't need to have struggle or strife to receive a blessing, a transformation, a revelation, an insight, a healing, the aha moment. For the divine, that's ordinary. Right? That's like ho-hum. That's just like when Gary started his sharing. Did anybody else notice or catch? He's like, well, you know that some of you may know that I almost died 6 times and blah, 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 blah. You're like, that's a big thing, Gary. That's and we love that you shared that with us the other day, and we appreciate you because you're basically proof that life is eternal and that life is purposeful and that you have meaning and that you still have a journey, you still have a mission, a spiritual mission. So I hope you didn't mind me using your name again. Okay, you let me know. I see you. I'm kind of feeling you out here, and you said, it's all right. I won't do it again next time, unless you tell me to. Okay, so this is Anthony DeMello. You sanctify whatever you're grateful for. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Let's just say it as an affirmation if you like it. I sanctify whatever I am grateful for. Let's do it again, and I'm going to change the last word. I sanctify whatever I'm grateful about. All right. Okay, this was one of my teachers that had a quote in here. I was a TA at Agape in 1996 to 2000, Diane Harmony. The book is 5 Gifts for an Abundant Life. Gratitude is the door to the abundance of God and all of creation. Through its magical use, you begin to appreciate every wonder of your journey. From Psalm 98, 7-8 and 50-14. Let the sea roar and all that fills it, the world and those who live in it. Let the floods clap their hands. Let the hills sing together for joy at the presence of God. Let thanksgiving be your service to God, and fulfill the vows you make to the Most High. From 1 Thessalonians 5:18. In everything give thanks. Isn't that beautiful? Let's say it as an affirmation then. In everything. About everything. I give thanks. Oh, I got to talk about this, and then I have the close. It's about Black Friday. It's does everybody know when that came about and how? It's kind of odd, and I thought it was so interesting. It was from like around 1951. This is if this is correct. It said the Philadelphia Journal in 1951 referred to Black Friday because it was the practice of workers calling in sick on the day after Thanksgiving. And the phrase spread about in 1975, and the New York Times described it as Black Friday, as the busiest day of the shopping year. It gained momentum in the 80s, where retailers operated. So in the 80s, retailers operated traditionally at a financial loss for most of the year, and then made their profit during the holiday season, beginning the day after Thanksgiving. And as an accounting practice, I know Audrey would know this, they would use red ink to show negative amounts and black ink to show positive amounts. Black Friday in this context is the beginning of the period where retailers are no longer operating in the red. Isn't that cool to know? All right then. Scripture, Matthew 9:35-37. When Jesus traveled through towns and villages and beheld the marketplace, he saw the crowds and had compassion on them, because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. That was a Black Friday scripture, in case you didn't catch that. Jeff Foster, this is the closing. The most beautiful quality of all in a human being, in my humble opinion, is the ability to listen deeply, to listen from presence. And this is something we could practice, right? So we don't have to listen to respond. We just listen to be a safe place. The most beautiful quality of all in a human being, in my humble opinion, the ability to listen deeply, to listen from presence. That's with a capital P. From stillness, to listen without trying to fix someone or change them or save them. The ability to allow another to be exactly as they are, not giving unsolicited advice, not lecturing them about the latest psychological research or the most true spiritual teaching, not trying to mold them, manipulate them into matching a concept of who they should be, not projecting your own trauma or traumatic answers all over them, just listening. Listening with an open mind, and listening with an open heart, and listening to be receptive. Allowing them to breathe, to express, to weep, to question, to be completely unique, to expand into the space, to discover their own truth. Thank you. Blessings.
Thank you, Mark. Mark touched on the topic of forgiveness. I just wanted to mention, in my opinion, the best movie about forgiveness is It's a Beautiful Day in This Neighborhood. Has anybody seen that? Yeah. It just tells the whole story. Is that the story of Mr. Rogers? Yes. But it's about much more than puppets. Yeah. It's the movie is called It's a Beautiful Day in This Neighborhood. It's a very good lesson about forgiveness. And the best song that I know of about Thanksgiving is this one. I first heard this maybe 6 or 7 years ago at another CSL. And before the song was even done, I just knew that's the best song about Thanksgiving that I've ever heard. It's by John Buccino, and it's called Grateful. I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirits sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. In a city of strangers, I found a family of friends. No matter what rocks and brambles fill the way, I know that they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding my hand. It's not a hand you can see, but on the road to the promised land, this hand will shepherd me through delight and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. That's not that I don't want a lot, or hope for more, or dream of more, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score. In a world that can bring pain, I will still take each chance, for I believe that whatever the terrain, our feet can learn to dance. Whatever stone life may sling, we can moan or we can sing. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful.
Gilman Carver, our music director. Gilman just sang his A off. All right, that was awesome. That's like a concert. So how fortunate are we to have you. Thank you, Gilman. So I invite the ushers to come forth. It's our conscious time of giving. And if you care about this place, I invite you to prove it, show it, right? Give. Be the portal from which you give even more. There's a acrylic box out front too, if you want to even give in addition to your tithing. Remember, the same portal from which we give is the same portal from which we receive. So we want to make it a bigger, bolder, and wider place. And so as the ushers are coming forth, I invite you to hold your tithes, your gifts, and your offerings, and we're going to say this affirmation. Only repeat an affirmation if you agree with it. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world. And it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thank you, ushers. Thank you, congregation. And if you're within the sound of my voice, just click on the Donate Now button. Let us know from where you're watching. We do accept donations by Venmo, PayPal, Zelle.
Thank you for giving. Thank you for receiving. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for giving. Thank you for receiving. Thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing, and you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring. Bless you for your sharing. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
So I just invite the congregation to outstretch our hands toward the offerings received. Know that they do come in all week, which they do. It's really beautiful. So thank you, everybody who's a giver and giving. I know that these tithes that are received are from the heart and that they are sufficient to maintain and sustain that church as a successful entity for the next 70 plus years. Do you feel it? Say, I agree. And anything that's heretofore blocked or hindered, deferred, denied, or delayed this has no power and is instead replaced with the truth. Spirit is at hand. The universe is at hand. Divine intelligence is at hand as our source, supply, and sufficiency. And so it is. All right, thank you, everyone. And now we have announcements with Eileen and then the closing song. And thank you for all the personal sharings as well here today. I appreciate that.
Okay, we have a few announcements, and I'm going to start with the Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is this week, Thursday. Thanksgiving is a big deal. And Audrey, our wonderful Audrey, has brought a cake and some ice cream to celebrate our volunteers. And we know that the volunteers are the heart and soul of this center. We love you, we thank you, and we appreciate all that you do. Absolutely, absolutely everything. And in your in the bulletin here, this quote by Maya Angelou, "This is a wonderful day." I have never seen this one before. I've never seen this day before. It's brand new. Every day, brand new. All right, we have a few announcements here. Big deal coming up. December 8th, it is the Christmas concert. It is a fundraiser, and it is 5:30 to 6:30. There will be soup and salad, $5, good deal. And then the 6:30 to 8:30, there will be music. And the suggested donation to come in is $15, but we will accept absolutely anything, and nobody is turned away. Absolutely, never, never. Coffee and snacks are always being given, are shared after the service, and we appreciate and thank everybody who contributes to that. It's wonderful when you come with a good sweet thing, fruit trays and cheese and things like that. Those are always wonderful, and we appreciate all of the contributions to that. Saturday sack lunch is still going. Jean, do we still need donations? Yes. Yes, we do. That was a big yes. Yes. Okay, and Jean is grateful for all of those. Wow. The AA group that meets back there? Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. We are really fortunate to have that perfect, wonderful group that shares our space back there. We're very happy for it. They rent that space. I believe now, if I've missed anything, I believe that is it. Phil?
I have a demonstration. Eileen took a chance and put Marie-Tree Garrett's name on the flyer before she confirmed. She's the fabulous jazz singer who was here at the Inland Empire Almanac and knocked all of our socks off. The only problem is we had a whole bunch of dirty, smelly socks to clean up afterwards. But she has confirmed.
She will be here.
Yes.
All right.
So thank you.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
And Mrs. Claus is going to be there, and it was just recently I was informed that I am Mrs. Claus. Thanks for the heads up. All right, thank you so much for everything. Just really enjoy your Thanksgiving this year. Just love it, all to pieces, and be so thankful, and I know you are. I am so thankful. Thank you all.
Okay, can we get the lyrics up? Oh, hang on, I need to change this. 14. A, sorry, 112. Should have done that before. I used to think I would always be alone, separate, misunderstood. I spent my days in quiet desperation. On the outside, things looked good. Then I discovered the error of my thinking, the lie at the base of all my fears. So simple that it turned my world around. Why did it take so many years? Let me hear them. Shake those tambourines. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. Let me hear you now. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open. There is no separation, no matter what it looks like. No separation, no matter what they say. No separation except what I imagine. And I imagine separation.